Hello and welcome to DeWitt 3D Canada, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It is a wonderful Sunday afternoon slash evening. Although I did forget my water. That's okay. I'll run and get it after. So Big and Bad Joe is here. Jeff Thorson, Ladybug, 3D and T Printing. Hello, hello. Cliff D and G N G. I'm just going to G Amanda. G Amanda. G, I'm going to call you G. Hello, how's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? I hope so. I hope so. Good, good. And I hope everybody can hear me fine. I'm pretty sure you can. I always like to go to my channel and have a quick look and make sure that audio is working. Let's see. Yes, it is. Perfect. Not that you guys wouldn't say, yeah, it sounds good and it's not sounding good because, hey, there we are. There we are. Awesome, awesome. 3D Medic Vince is here. Hello, hello. Joseph Carver is here. Wow. Got lots of people watching tonight. So we're going to continue to build a Wally now. Oh, excuse me. Where's my water? Those of you that remember that were here last week, there's my water. Those of you that were here last week may recall that I had trouble finding something. There we got my water in me. So just finished filling up your mail-in ballot. Awesome. Good. Vote. That's the main thing. No matter where you are in the world, when you have the legal right to vote, you should vote. Awesome, awesome. Ladybug from 3D&T. There we go. Okay, so there's like a left and a right half there, right? I get it. I get it. I get it. I got some electronics in for the Wally. We got some of the components in, which we're not going to need right away, but hey, put them in. Got them in. We'll put them right there for now. But if you remember, bag of chips. Hello, hello. If you remember what I couldn't find last week, okay, you want to see what I found? I knew I had them. I said I had a bin of servos. I have 3 bins full of servos. Well, they're not full of servos, but I have 3 servo bins. So, I believe these ones are not the ones we need. These are little servos. These are FS90Rs. Don't know if we'll need them. I'm going to pull one out anyways. I have like 30 or 40 of these things in here. Why do I have so many? I don't know. But we got a whole bunch of these little guys here in here, which is okay. And then I isn't that right, Big and Bad Joe? I told you I had a lot. I knew I had them. Then in here we have some bigger servos, which I think are the ones we're going to be using. I also have some switches in here. Look at that. But these are big O servos, big O servos. These are MG 996Rs. I don't know. Is that what all these are? No, this is a 25 kilogram servo. This is an MG 3225 MG. There's a few different kinds in here. Then we have this one, which is a 996R. These are heavy duty servos. I'm just going to figure out which one we're using for the build. That's actually a heavy bin. And then down in the bottom bin here, we have some other little 90 MG90S servos. Questionable choices. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, look at that. There's, oh man. Back when I was, oh man. I've been looking for some of these parts that are in this thing. Anyways, we have some more bigger heavy duty servos in this one, which actually these ones can kind of move over here because these are the big heavy duty 996R servos. That's a little MG92B servo. I think I got servos coming out of the yin yang here, basically, is what I'm saying. So this bin isn't fully servos. This bin is some servos and other things, but there are still 5 or 6 or 10. So I have about 50 or 60 servos. So I'm hoping I have the right kind of servos. And then I have some wheels. I guess I got wheels for models. Then I got some golf balls that I printed on the and the Atom Stack rubber printer I have here, some golf balls. But we're not here to talk about my balls. Okay. Yes, I just did say that. So we got to figure out which servos we want. We have 3 or 4 different kinds of servos here. And we should have plenty of each. And then we have the bin with my balls in them. Okay. Let's put that bin back right now. If Andrew Humphrey were on, he'd be saying something about that right now. Kenneth Davis, hello, hello. The servos were in I have some open shelving over there, but on the bottom of the open shelving, I have some of these little bins. They're IKEA shelves, right? And I have some of these little bins that you slide into the shelves. Well, I don't normally put my boxes of supplies in bins, but they were right in the bin, all 3 boxes in one bin, boom, done. And that's where they were. So anyways, okay, so as we all recall, I printed, we got one hand complete last week. We had to kind of do a little bit of melting of the plastic and stuff, and I wasn't really happy with that. So I kind of came up with something a little different through this week. And while I was coming up with something different, I reprinted a bunch of parts this week. You want one, but just wonder how loud they are. How loud what are? AC and these fans right here. This is an AC Infinity fan, and how loud are they? If I turn it on, I'll turn that on full blast for you. It's got a little speed controller. Let's see if you can hear it in the stream. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-da-bum. It is running. It's fairly loud if you're in the room with it. It just all depends, but it is running right now. And can you hear that? It works really well. It sucks the smoke out of this thing big time, because this does produce a fair bit of smoke when it's cutting. But there you go. That is it, full blast. And then we can shut it off here. So I guess it all depends on what speed you are running it at. You can't hear it. Well, this mic may be a little bit of noise canceling microphone too. So, but it is, I would say, you know what? Actually, why don't I know we're drifting off topic here a little bit, but you did ask. So I do have I just happen to have, hey, Richard McLean from Las Vegas. I just happen to have one of these sound level thingamajigers, whatever you want to call it. And take the top off of this. Okay, I happen to have one of these decibel meters, I guess. That decibel meter doesn't seem to be reading. Anyway, let's turn this decibel meter on. Okay, right now, if we look at the decibel meter, let's just, let's move over. Is that this one? Yeah, let's move over to this new view I've got here. Boom. So you can see the decibel meter in the room right now, just with me talking. Is there a light on this thing? Yeah, here it is. So right now, just with me talking in the room, how come the light's not coming on? I guess I got to push and hold for the light to come on. There we go. So just with me talking in the room with this decibel meter, we're about 57, 50, we're bouncing. If I shut up, about 34 decibels if I don't talk. Okay, now let's put this fan on again. We're drifting off topic a little bit here, but that's okay. So what were we, when I shut up, it was what? About 34. Okay, so we're going to put the fan on. Let's see what this happens right next to me. I'm going to shut up now. So we don't quite hit 60 decibels, but we go from 34 with me being quiet to about 58, 59 decibels. There we go. And then we shut it off. So That's not bad. I mean, it goes from 34 to 58. So 34 is the ambient, and then you're going to 59. Let's just say 60 for easy math. So let me power this off again. How do I power? Oh, right there. So we're speaking, what's 60 minus 34? So about 27 decibels is how loud how much noise that thing's putting out. Not bad. So about 27 decibels on top of the noise that's happening. So there we go. There we go. Just happen to have a decibel meter sitting close to me there. So, okay. Parts I reprinted because I'm going to try something. I reprinted a bunch of axles. Remember how I said the tolerance is very loose in this stuff? There we go. Tolerance is very loose. So I reprinted some axles, printed some at 105%, 100.5, and then I printed some at 101%. But at least now that I know what I'm doing with the arms, I'm going to rebuild the arms that we had built last week, but I came up with a little different method of holding them in as opposed to using squishy glue and melting the plastic. So let's have a look at what I've done here. And then we can get on building more because I do have servos. We have servo power. So this camera, I got a good camera set up right here that may be a good view for it. Let's switch to this. And if we switch to this, there we go. So we can have a look at what we're going to do here. Here, let's move this one just a little bit more this way. There we go. Hey, Tor, how are you, sir? And Brent Ferguson from Texas. Jose is here. Hey, 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 hey. Wow, who else has popped in and just snuck in and I didn't see you? But I'm glad everybody's here. So we're not going to forget this time. We forgot last time to put this sleeve over this arm before gluing. Here's the one we did there. We put this thing on here like this before putting this other sleeve on, and that was a no-no. So this is garbage. And that, oh well, now the glue breaks off. Look at that. I think I'm going to use now that comes off for me. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyways, oh boy, I should be using maybe 3D glue for some of this, but I will for a couple parts. But let's just go on with what we're doing here. Let's get building. I mean, enough talk, Tim. Just build. Just build. Hey, Ozzy. Hello, hello, Ozzy. Apprentice. Hello, hello. Wow. Lots of people popping by tonight. Hey, listen, I got good news. Tonight, with a courtesy of 3D and T, okay, 3D and T, you are out there. We are going to be doing a draw for 2 rolls of Polymaker filament tonight. And if Steve L3D comes on, Steve L3D, if you're out there, you have not emailed me yet to claim your prize last week. But 2 weeks ago, 3D and T Printing won the filament from Polymaker, graciously said, hey, listen, pass it on. And so I got the okay from Polymaker this week to do 2 giveaway spools tonight. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing 2 giveaways. Here we go. That's the exciting news. So let's get, yeah, there's glue coming out of that for sure. So let's get some glue. Let's get some parts here. We got to redo. We reprinted a few things we needed to do. We're going to try something a little different with these arms as far as how they go together. I'm still not happy overall with the tolerance and how these things work, because I would think they'd be a little tighter than this, you know, especially with the arm being able to move in and out. But hey, it's all right. It is what it is. So we're gonna. I redid the parts for both. I have a lot of parts now, so I just got to make sure I know which is which. Did I actually on these ones? I think I even printed one of these at 101% as well, because there was so much play and in these things when they were together. But no, I guess I didn't reprint these ones at a larger. I just reprinted spares of these. So what we're going to be going off of is, let me bring up this video again. For those of you that weren't here for the whole stream last week, here we are. I'm just going to pull this up. Bear with me 1 second. Oops. And I'm going to share this screen. Here we go. I'm going to pop this up so that you guys can also see this. So we have this camera here. We have all this blank space up in the top screen here that we don't need. So I'm going to add, okay, let's pull this. I'll pull this over here. And I'm going to add a video source, display capture. And that's going to be this one. Okay, there we are. And I'm going to bring that up over here a little bit like that. That should be good. And then when I make this a full screen, there we go. Now you guys will be able to see what I'm working on as far as the part we're working on here. So this is the part we're going to be assembling right now. Is this arm. And I'm going to pause it right there for now. There we go. Richard McLean, $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, sir. And because of that, you get a super chat. Thank you so much, Richard McLean. I appreciate that. You're still trying to find a good soup print. Polymaker is awesome filament. 3D and T printing, it is the best filament out there. Polymaker and Bamboo Lab are my two go-to filament companies. Honestly, they are. I like Prusament's an excellent filament as well, but it's expensive and it's got to be shipped too far. So, yeah. Brent Ferguson says, I took my picture right to my friend professionally paint it. Long story short, it's going to be part of a booth at Show and Vegas. Oh, nice. In January. You're printing Vizzy's panel clips on your V02 and Polymaker Gap Green ASA. Their ASA is incredible as well, for sure. Richard McLean just made a donation. I saw that. Thank you so much. I was too busy talking. And that Richard McLean guy, I tell you. So Polymaker and Polymaker. Polymaker and yes. Atomic is great filament too. Yes. Sunlu, yeah, I've got some Sunlu here. I've inherited a lot of different brands of filaments here. So and I've used many different brands of filament. So there are a lot of good filaments out there. So let's get some glue. Is this not? Oh, this bottle just keeps sealing itself up. So I'm going to take my knife and unseal that sucker. There, we got it. I don't sniff glue on the show usually, but just to make sure that it's actually open, I like to get a whiff of what's there. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue on there. We got our little collar on here, so we're okay. So we'll throw this guy in here and we will add the activator. And we're good. Now, 3D glue would probably work just as good on this. And as I say, there's a couple places here I may pull out the 3D glue, but that is instant adhesion right there. Okay. I'm going to take this arm that we had already built. Oh, this is another one. I tried another method on this one. I don't know if you can see. I tried putting a little screw in there. Whoops. I tried putting a little screw in there to hold that middle finger in place. But the problem with that is that it forces the two outside to move at the same time or separately. Anyways, whatever. It's just me trying different things. But we're going to try a different method this time altogether. So there's the finished one we did. And if you remember, we melted the glue on the sides here and here and here and here to get things to stick. But it's kind of messy when you do that sort of thing. So I'm trying something a little different to this time. So now we have to get this collar put in here, and then we're going to glue this onto this part here. So that goes in like so and like so. So his arm just comes in and out. Okay. So this we glue on just by adding a little bit of glue. I'm going to add it just around the lips of this thing here. So we're going to put a little glue here. I'm going to keep, let's see. You like whatever filament is on sale. Richard McLean, always interrupt. Hey, Richard, interrupt me anytime, man. Anytime. I appreciate it. Thank you. You picked a hell of a day to stop sniffing glue. Did anyone get on the Sunlu filament connector pre-sale? I didn't even see that. No, and I don't have any room for any more new filaments right now. So we're going to glue this little guy, trying to keep it as neat and mess-free as possible. And I'm wiping it down on my chair, if anybody wonders there. My chair is my sacrificial wiping surface. Okay, so we have him stuck here. So we're going to just activate that glue. And then we have that's our arm piston, like so. Okay, so we got that one set up. We'll do the other one now. Where's the one I just, right here. There it is right here. So we have the other arm piston. So we're going to do the same thing here. I got lots of spare pistons. For some reason, I thought I printed them at different percentages, but obviously I didn't. I just printed spare parts. This one's still got some of the support material left on it. So we'll go with this one that I cleaned. I need another collar, which is right here. Make sure you put this collar on. Okay. And I need another one of these pieces right here. Okay. And then we're going to take our glue. As long as I'm not, oh, the gloop, oh my goodness. Sniffing gloop. The gloop is strong. It's crazy. Now, as most of you or some of you may or may not know, I come from a printing background, press operator, yada, yada, a printing company. I've worked for printing companies most of my life, and I've owned a printing company most of them, for a lot of years. And that involved some press work at one time back in the day when we had presses. And I know all about sniffing chemicals. Not that I do it on purpose. Some of the chemicals involved in the printing business were rather very strong. Okay, so let's put this other, glue this guy right around to this. And on this side, there we go. We shall insert this arm into here, and we will activate the glue. There we go. And there's the other second arm. So we have the two arm pieces here. Now we need some hands. So this one I'm putting aside. We're rebuilding this one. I'm trying a different method of attaching them. So we're going to throw that one aside. We've got our fingers right here. And we've got some more fingers here. Another finger here. Should be 6 pieces altogether. 3, 4, 5. And there's a 6th one there. Lots of spare parts. I reprinted a few different things this week just because I have the technology. There's another part right there. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of printing with Bamboo Lab and Polymaker translucent filament. Oh, yes. I did some of the new use some of the new polychroma translucent stuff. Is pretty wicked, pretty good. Okay, so looking at this drawing, so we want the middle hand, so we need our little axles, and I believe it is it these two? No, those are too big. Those are too big. I think it's these ones that I want right here. That one. One of them is at 101%. I did increase and there should be a 4th one of this black one because I printed, there we are. I printed 2 of them at 100.5%, and I printed 2 of them at 101% to give me a little better tolerance. So the 2 tall ones there are going to be the 101%. So we have our middle finger. Okay, so we have this showing this way in the drawing. We have our middle finger, giving you guys the middle finger here. Here you go. Going in, and then we have, shit, flip that middle finger. Come on. Is that the right way? That looks like it's the right way. Yeah. And we're going to put that in here, and it's still pretty loosey-goosey, even though that's at 101% print volume. That's okay. And then we have the top finger, which is going on here. And then we have the bottom finger, which is going on here like so. So there's his hand right there. So what I'm doing now, instead of, the only way I could think of was to melt this in. So instead of melting the plastic in now, I have made myself some little discs. Oops, that's what these little round discs you see are here for. Always start off with the middle finger, absolutely. So I've made some discs. So those discs are going to glue right onto there, like so. It's going to look a lot cleaner. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go grab some 3D gloop. Time I sniff something different, right? Let's see. Over here, where is my glue tray? My glue. There's my glue drawer. Okay, I have a couple different. I have big bottles, but I'm going to use up some of these small bottles. We have some little small bottles here of 3D gloop for PLA. These are sample bottles that I got, and they're all liquidy. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake 3D gloop or not, but I'm shaking it. Okay, Jose, get some sleep. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every time you're here, Jose. I know it's a bit late for you for where you are, but you tend to make it all the time, and I super appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good sleep. Have a great sleep. The middle finger is how you show someone you care. Okay, let's get on with the glooping. Okay, so we're going to open some gloop. Let's just see. Oh, God. Oh gosh, that stuff does. Ooh. Oh, that stuff is strong. Okay, what I'm going to do with the gloop first, though, is I'm going to do this one that's out of the package or out of the thing. I'm not sure if 3D gloop is like contact cement or not. I should really read the instructions, but I'm going to put some gloop on both sides. This one on both pieces and on this piece. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece and we're going to kind of put it down like that and gloop, get that gloop on. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do the same thing with this. We'll leave that like that. I'm going to take this piece. We're going to get some more gloop here. I haven't used gloop a lot. I know gloop is great stuff. It's phenomenal stuff. So we're going to gloop this piece, and then we're going to gloop the end of this piece. Okay, let's put our gloop back in, and then we're going to just sort of, there we go. We're going to do that. So you see what I'm doing here, obviously. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take one piece like this. I don't know why I'm all of a sudden doing an Australian accent, although it's not really good Australian accent. I'm going to pop this piece in like so. Get these fingers lined up properly. Come on. There we go. Like that. Does that look right? Is that right? Yeah, that looks right. Okay, and then we put our top finger on. Okay, and then we're going to gloop. We're going to do more gloop here. Printed a few little extra discs. You guys can see where I'm going with this anyways, as far as how this is going to hold it on. And we're going to gloop the top of that. There we go. And then we're going to pop that top piece on and let that sit. Looks like the chemicals are getting to me. I think no, I know I'm not I don't know I know not what you're talking about, Brent. PETG gloop. I have not yet tried PETG gloop, but there's my solution. Is we glooped. Oops, let's get in the camera here so we can see it. We glooped on. So this, it's that. Oh, let's reach for the other one. Oh, I just dropped the other one. Oh man, maybe the glue is getting to me. Where'd it go? Oh man, it's way in there. Oh, did that ever fall a long way? Oh. Okay, that fell totally hard. Because that just broke the piece right off, but that's okay. But my point is that our hand connection is the before with melting plastic versus the after without melting plastic. It looks a lot nicer, in my humble opinion. So this hand looks a lot better finished just by printing a few little plastic tabs, and we're going to do the same up here for this end. So, but yeah, maybe I need to extract these fumes out of here. But yeah, so this one broke, which is okay. This hit the floor pretty hard there. So we're gonna throw that in our recycle bin. We're gonna take a sip of water. Someone help them. I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay. Oh, we'll leave it on this camera view so you can keep an eye on me not sniffing glue. Whew. But this is powerful. You don't want to smell this stuff. It contains methanol chloride and other potentially harmful substances. Before using this product, and read and fully understand all hazardous warnings presented in the product safety data sheet. There's a product safety data sheet? Probably has something, it probably says something against sniffing it. Okay. Our second hand. Okay, we need a middle finger again. Here we go. We got a middle finger. We have our middle finger going in this way. We have our lower finger, so we're going to go ahead and throw that on the axle. I'm just very, very not grippy tonight. There we go. Put this second finger in. Why is it not going in so easy? That's okay. We're just checking our... there's something in here stopping it. Something in this piece is stopping it, so I just need to find my little tool, which is around here somewhere. If you can't tell, you've inhaled too much. How many fingers are you holding up? All of them. Where's my little... There it is. Let's grab my little tool here. And we're just going to give this little thing one of these and one of those. Great little tool to have. Most of you guys probably have one if you do any building or printing. And now that should make this... I said that should make this fit easier. Why? That is really weird. That's off. Do I have another middle finger? This one, for some reason, is not giving me... Something is off in there. Oh, I see. Okay. I need to give this a little bit more of a... Oh, something's really off in this piece. It's like it's warped or something. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's just something sticking in there that shouldn't be, but hey, that's all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this again. So we have this finger here. We're going to have to push that in a little bit with force. There we go. There we go. And then we have the top portion like so. And we're going to put this last disc in place. I promise you I haven't been sniffing too much glue. Where did you buy your 3D gloop? I don't see that small bottle. No, this was, I believe I got this. We did a, where did my other little bottle go? I brought two of them out here. I had two bottles here. Oh, there it is. These were shipped to at our last maker fair that I did with my friend Richard. I've had these a while. 3D Gloop sent us some sample bottles to give away at the maker fair here, and we ended up giving away a lot of them. We got a ton of these bottles, and then at the end of the show we had some left over, so I took some home with me. I took 3 or 4 or 5 of these bottles home with me at the end of that show. So I think these are just bottles that they're giving out to people that are doing little displays or makers that are you know, giving out samples of it. So I'm not sure if they actually sell this size bottle. They're mostly just sample sizes. So we will just get that on there in position. Okay, we'll let that gloop dry there. Okay, on this one, we'll just let that sit. And on this one here, we're going to build the other end here. Okay, Wally, he's pretty limp-wristed, Wally is. But that's okay. I'm going by the instructions you see up in the corner over here, which are not there right now, but they're there right now. Okay, so next thing we need is this little piece here. Okay, this little piece lays down. His hand goes on like this. Okay, so this is sort of oriented the same way in that drawing right there. This piece goes like this, and then we are looking for another little black axle that goes in the back here, which is this piece here. Okay, so we insert this into here, and this piece goes through like so. Okay, but similar to what I did for the upper portion of the hand, I made these other discs. These are just a little bigger. And we're going to do a similar thing to adhere this into here. I have a feeling this is supposed to be friction fit, but the tolerance is way too loose. And this is even printed at 101%. So that's why we've decided just to go the old gloop method. And I guess if you want to call it a cheat, it's a cheat, but I call it a creative way to get the build done and still make it look good. Okay, so we got that one there. Whoops. Oh, careful not to get gloop on the parts on the side. And we got that one there. We'll let that gloop dry. Fortunately, gloop dries very fast. And I believe, yeah, this is the other thicker one here. So we will get some gloop on these parts. If you say the word gloop a lot, like gloop, gloop, oh, gloop, gloop, it starts sounding really weird. So let's gloop this, and I'm going to look up at chat in a minute here. And we'll gloop that like so. There we go. It says nano on it. It was a special formula. They have since altered it, but nano was better. Oh, yeah, this does say nano gloop. I just noticed that. Right up at the top there, it says nano gloop. Here, is this camera on? Let's see if number one, is that this one? Yeah, that's this one. So this camera's on here. I can switch that to this. Yeah, you're right, nano gloop right there. And so they've taken the nano off and it's not as good? Huh. Isn't that something like from Willy Wonka? Well, it looks purple, so it might be from Willy Wonka. It is purplish. So, yeah. Okay, back to this one. So this was going in this orientation here. We'll push this through. You notice I got some gloop on the piece here, but that's going to be hidden, so I'm not worried about it. And we'll push that through like so, and then we're going to gloop another disc onto here to hold it in place. I figured gloop is chemically bonds the PLA together to basically make it like one piece. So I figured gloop is better than using glue, because the glue with the activator doesn't necessarily do that, because with enough force you can easily pull that activator and glue portions off. But with the gloop, I don't think it's nearly as easy. So there we go. There's the part with the gloop pieces in it, and then this arm will eventually attach to the side of the robot when we get to that stage. So there's that one down. We'll go ahead and get this arm done. I'm doing this with much more confidence today because because of the way they're attaching. So this piece goes in like so. This piece goes in. Just have to find the right alignment here. Oh, hang on. Let's just double check. I gotta give this piece a little bit of a clean out. with this guy. Okay, sorry about blowing in the mic. Sorry, but not sorry. Oh, this one is, oh, there we go. That's more like the fit you want on these, but okay, let's see if I can get this to go now. Just making sure that I'm oriented the right way here, which I am. There we go. Now we'll turn this guy over. Minimal movement on the arm, which is good. And we're going to gloop our disc, our last disc, into place here. And as you see, I printed extra discs because not like they took a lot of filament. So let's put some gloop on here. And gloop on here. Oops. You got to make sure you seal your bottle of gloop because it does thicken if you don't properly seal your bottle. And we'll get that disc in position on there. And when it does its reaction, gloop, it gets cold, which is, I think, part of the chemical reaction. If you go to one of the maker events, you can pull a glooped part versus a robot arm. Versus the robot arm. There you go. Does TH3D sell gloop or equivalent? That's a good question. That's a great question. I don't know if I have a gloop seller here in Canada. And there we go. So there's our finished pieces. That's much nicer, much easier, and much more pleasant looking than when I took the soldering iron to them last week and melted them together. So there's our two hands finished. Yay, we have hands. I don't like how they are very, like, you know, you can spin them. They should be able to, you know, like move around and stick in certain positions, and the fingers should be able to stay open in a certain position without having, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So we'll worry about that at a later time. So we're going to put our two finished hands aside. You do. Sorry. Bad cement is a bad adhesive, not a print glue. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we were also working on the eyes last time. This is where we need to insert some servos, but I have a decision to make. I have not ordered the lens part for this because it's so darned expensive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these eyeball parts in like they're supposed to be. Not worried about a lens for now. And if I do want to put a lens in later, I could add a little piece of glass to the outside of this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then, so we're going to just unscrew these two screws we used to screw this one piece in. Okay, so we'll pull this screw out. There we go. And then this piece here should now slide out of there. And then we have this piece. So this piece has got this lens camera, fake camera type thing has got to kind of sit in here and be adhered inside like so. Or is it more so on the side like this? Yeah, it's going to go in like this with that side towards there. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to just going to glue this in like so, so that we have just like that. And if I decide I want to put the lens in after, I can just glue the lens to the outside here, which maybe that's the way it's supposed to work anyways. I don't know, but I don't want to wait on a lens and I want to get these things going. So we're going to actually, I could probably get away with some gloop on this as well. So let's just do that. Let's see how that works. 31 people watching. I certainly appreciate everybody who's tuned in right now. Thank you so much for being here. So we're just going to gloop inside here. Make sure I'm not overly worried about getting it too gloopy, as long as it holds it in. Okay, then we're going to put some gloop in the recesses of this eyeball part here. Get that brush in there like so. Okay. At least we're getting some progress this time. I'm not going to be wasting a lot of time searching for Servos. Okay, so we're going to insert this in here. Use my other finger there as an assistant, and we'll push this in, and hopefully, I kind of felt the gloop grip. And hopefully if we hold this in here for a second, like so, yeah, that's good. It worked. Gloop has got that in. So now we can put this piece back in. Like so, and put this screw back in place. I am a beautiful man, Dan. No. You are, Dan. You are, my friend. Welcome, Dan. Hello, welcome to the stream as we continue to build our robot. Canadian progress is American progress. So there's that eyeball glued into place there. I can confidently tap that eye because he's glooped in. So we're going to do the same for the other eye here. Aye, aye, said the captain. Oh, well, since we're on the eye and off the arm, why don't I go ahead and progress this forward? This is what we're working on right here. So here, let's back this up a hair. So you see, I don't have the lens, as I say, so I'm not worrying about that. So now we're putting in, we've added the glue, we've put in these pieces, and now we've added these bolts here, these nuts here. Okay, and then we've pushed these in, and we have now added the 2 screws that they're going to show going in there right now, which is going to go right up to here, whoop and whoop. So we'll pause that right there because we're just taking this one apart just to glue that other lens in. Oh, I'm trying to take this apart to glue the other lens in. There we go. Come on out. There we are. Now we'll pop this out. These were a very snug fit. There we go. And then we're going to glue this lens. I know the nut fell out too. Of course the nut fell out. That's the one that was giving me trouble last time. So let's get this glued in and then we'll worry about the nut. Okay, so we're going to get some gloop in here around the lip where that lens goes. Now you can add a lens. And the lens that somebody had pointed me to on Amazon, I appreciate, but they were like in Canada like $30 or $28 to $30 per lens, and I thought no, I'd rather just find some acrylic, clear acrylic or something that I can cut is a lot less expensive than putting out $30 per lens for my robot. But I don't know. Maybe in the meantime I'll find something a little less harmful in the pocketbook. So let's put this guy in, and I felt the gloop grip as soon as I put it in, and this is going to be glued in there. Okay. Now let's get this nut back in place. We're going to just pull this nut through with the bolt here. Where was the, oh, it's in this part, the nut hole. Just going to use this little nut pull method. I may end up having to put some more glue on this nut to hold it in place. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay in place, so we got to glue this nut in a little bit or something to hold that in place. So I'm going to put, actually, I think if I just put some gloop, I wonder if gloop will hold that nut in. Let's just try. Why not? Let's just put some gloop around that hole. We'll put a little bit of gloop on the nut. And we'll see if the gloop can hold a nut in place. Well, not that way. It's not going to. There we go. No, you got to pull it in, and let's push it in and hold it. Yeah, that is crazy, Jeff, isn't it? Hey, Losonic, hello. Okay, and I think, yeah, the gloop held that nut in place a little bit. Just probably long enough for me to get it secured in here. So let's try. Let's put this back together. There we go. And let's see if we can't get this bolt in place. And the nut fell out. The nut fell out. So 3D Gloop does not hold nuts in place. Okay, well, we're going to have to use a little bit of glue then. A little bit of glue. Try not to contaminate the threads too much with it. Again, it'd be nice to have a heat inset in here instead, but it's not an option. So we'll pull this through. Spray some activator in there. See if that helps the glue. No, it still didn't hold. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that might hold it enough. It's just got to hold it so that the threads grip when I put this on. That's all it's got to do. It doesn't have to do a lot. As long as I can get that thread to grip. This is a Wally model, low sync. Wally mod for a death racer, I wish. A death Wally, can you imagine? Here we go, that worked. That's all I needed, was to hold that in. There we go, there's our eyes. Okay, now we can move on with the eyes because we have servos. I just need to see, I need to go back and see what kind of servos it recommended for this. So let's just back this up a hair, right to about there. Oh, not quite far enough. Okay. Okay, we finished. Let's move on. There we go. Head assembly. So the servo motor. It's not telling me what kind of servo motor, but I believe we want to pause that. I do believe in the description down here. It tells me the servo motors are we got the servo driver. Where are the motors? High torque micro servo motor, 180-degree range. 7 of them. It doesn't tell me the type, but let's just see. Does he have the servo motors here? He does, but he doesn't say what kind. It just says servo. Okay. Might be in the document. It doesn't specifically say the servo. So let's see what I have that fits. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, so let's grab okay, let's see. I have the MG90S. Let's just see how many of these I have. MG90S. MG90S. We need 7 servos of the same brand. So there's a third one. 3. I'm sure these other ones I have are way too big. Here I brag about all my servos and I don't know if I'm going to have enough. What's this one? That's an MG92B. Let's go ahead and see. MG90S. Yeah. I've got 3 of them here. I don't know if I have enough of them, but let's just see. Let's check this other bin out. These are FS90R. You mean I have like 500 of these other ones, and of course the one that I want, I have 3 of. Well, that'll get me going anyways. I'm not overly worried, and they're readily available. Yeah, these other ones are way too big. They'd be cool to have these 25 kilo servos in there, but they would be way too big. Oh, there's another MG90S with no parts to it, but that's okay. I've got lots of parts in here. Servo parts right there. Okay, let's see what we can come up with right now for the immediate need. Okay, so let's just going to roll ahead in the video a little bit here. Got the lenses going in. Okay, we've done this portion now. We've screwed these screws in like they're showing here. Now is where the servos come in. So it looks like the servos just have the single arm on them. And we're going to need some paper clips. Okay, well, I'm going to have to find some paper clips. Well, everybody's got to have paper clips around, right? So thanks, Cliff. Appreciate that. Okay. So these are MG90S. And here is our little paddle wheels, I call them. Okay. So they call for a single wheel on these. So sitting down that way with a single wheel pointing up. So that goes on this way. And we will secure that in there. We'll screw this in here. I'm going to need my micro screwdriver. There we go. Grab my little kit. And my little wee mini Phillips. This should work. Okay. Secure that servo piece in there, or that little, my flapper. There we go. And we're going to put one in each side. Okay, I'm just going to roll that video just a hair more. So we're going to secure them in, and then we're going to use paper clips. Okay, I'm going to have to find some paper clips. Okay, so this is going to slide in here. So I'm going to assume the wire is going to go the wire's got to kind of drop out the back behind it in order for this to fit in there. Okay, there's that. And then we got the little screws here to secure the servo inside. Okay. And those pre-tapped holes, which this is the little fussy part. So there we go. The servo's in right there. You can kind of see it. And I'm going to just try and get these little screws in. There we go. Well, that top one was easy. Okay. One more on the bottom. There it is. Just takes a bit of patience. Okay. Okay, we are in. So we have one servo in. You can kind of, here, I'll give you a better view of this. You can kind of see the servos in there in place right now. There. Okay. And we'll throw the other, we'll grab another one. Okay. Put the single arm on it. Okay. Okay. And we'll slide this into the other eyeball. Like so. And we'll secure that servo in here. Don't forget, folks, in about another 40 minutes, we're doing not one, two, but two polymaker draws. So stand by. This can be very patience testing, screwing these tiny little screws. Although if I have a finer tip screw here, driver here, it would help probably. Let's use this one. These are very, very fine tipped. That might work a little bit better. There we go. Is it just me, or do you find yourself you hold your breath when you're doing stuff like this? There we go. There's one, and the second one. Top one's a little easier because it's a little more accessible. There we go. It's a little too small. Huh. They're not, those little screws are stripping way too easy. So let's see, what do I have here that I can counteract that with? This guy maybe. There we go. So there's the other servo in place. You can kind of see it in there right there. Okay. Okay, we got the two eyeballs servos in. Let's make sure this one is, oh, that could use a little more tightening. There we go. Those little screws they give you tend to strip real easy. That one's gone, but at least it's in there tight. Okay. We'll leave this out just in case we need this for something else. Let's take a drink. Okay. In all my glue sniff and glory, I misplaced the lid for this thing. That'll do for now. Oh, there it is. I found it. Any advice for printing the tracks? Nothing. No, I just used the Polymakers TPU 91. I forget what it was. I don't have it here. They printed fine, and I just used bamboo. I used bamboo slicer, and I used generic TPU settings, and it worked fine. It worked just fine. So, matter of fact, I've got the 2 tracks printed. They work just fine, and then I actually printed. I have a bag full, another set of tracks fully printed, just not assembled, because I'm planning on building a second one of these afterwards. So, but no, they printed fine. You don't really need a bed adhesion for these. I didn't use any bed adhesion. I just cleaned the bed. It was the engineering build plate for the bamboo I used, and I just cleaned the bed with soap and water, and then dried it and printed, because there's sufficient tackiness in the TPU itself that you didn't need any extra bed adhesion for it. So that I didn't anyway. So, and they printed just fine. It was pretty easy. But for the assembly of the belts, I did on last week's stream, I did mention that I designed, because these weren't a part of the bill of materials, but I did go ahead and design and printed little inserts where those clips go, because they kept falling out. So those red pieces are add-ons that I made myself to put in place to keep all of the pins from falling out, and it allowed me to actually just handle the tracks. Otherwise, normally they would just be, all those little pins would fall out because they would collapse together. So just those little red pin inserts made a big difference in holding the tracks together. And I talk about it and show that in my last stream, on the last stream about the build. Okay, it looks like I need to, right there. Looks like I need to get some paper clips and connect. Where's that middle piece? Okay, that's what those little connection things there are for. Big and Bad Joe. I do have the STL. It's on my office computer. I will post that tomorrow. I will put it up on, what I'll do is I'll put it up on Printables just as an add-on to the Wally model. I will do that. I just need to remember to do that tomorrow. Where's that other piece for this, for the head? This one right here. So it looks like we need, I got to remove a few supports on this yet, but this looks like I need to get some paper clips. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to just leave you here with this while I run up. I think I have paper clips upstairs. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I promise. I'll be right back. Actually, I better mute myself because I know my child is up there. You didn't lose me. I'm looking for paper clips. Maria's looking upstairs. I have probably 10,000 paper clips at my office. Wonder if I could use this instead. Possibly. Who keeps paper clips at their home? I'm going to see if I can take one of these and maybe form these into the little shape that they need it to be formed into. Let me grab some little tweezers and pliers here. Let me grab my little tools. It's weathering. How's the weather? The weather's weathering. So let's see if I can take these and make these into something. Let's just see. So the way they want to do it, if you have a look at the display here, so looks like we want to, there's little holes cut out in the centerpiece and they're going to connect into the end. Okay, so now if I basically take this a little further, after they're connected, so they haven't connected them quite yet. We've still got some nuts to put in there. Slide that in there, slide everything kind of together. Oh, that bolts into there through the top. Okay, then we slide that in and connect, slide that. Oh, that might be a little bit tricky. Might be a little bit tricky, but let's focus for now on this. Okay. I'm going to see if I can. These are a little stiffer than paper clips, but I'll see if I can get them to work. Meantime, I'm trying to think if I have anything else in my stash that would work. Not really. But that's okay. That won't stop me. It might stop me. They are pretty tough. I think the idea behind this is that that the eyes move in unison. Then that's how the eyes move together. Yeah, this stuff is pretty darn tough to bend. Oh, hang on. There might be one more source for paper clips. I just thought of. Hold on. Hold the fort just a minute. I'm not going far this time. I don't even have to go upstairs. Let me look. Of course, why would I have paper clips in my desk drawer? Any paper clips in here? No paper clips. Always something. So here's a lesson for everybody that if you're going to go live and build something, ensure that you have the pieces that you need. You would think. Yeah, this might be a little too difficult to work with this stuff. It's extremely stiff. That's what she said. Sorry. And is it even going to fit? Well, it would fit if I can get it to work. But the other question is the distance that it's going to need to be. This is going to have to be like this. Let's just see. They have the eyes. I just want to see the orientation of these things. So they have these sitting up this way. No, that looks like This doesn't make any sense. But then why would it? Give me a second here, folks. I'm just trying to orient how this is going to work. And the wires, I've got to cut these wires off on the servos because the wires got to come up through these holes. Okay, that's another thing I've got to do. Oh, okay, so they're showing this in this orientation and this orientation, or are they? It's very tough to follow the orientation that they're showing these things in. Let me just zip ahead here a little bit. So they got this line flat and this line flat, like so. Then we have this piece like that. Okay, so the paper clip's got to run from there over to here. Okay, I see what they're doing. So what we're looking at here is these pieces have got to lie flat. This joiner piece comes in through here. So we have to run a paperclip wire from the servo arm to the piece on this and on both sides. And then we have to insert these guys and screw them in, but the wires have got to come through here. And then this one is going to insert in like so. And this one inserts in. That doesn't look right. Should be a right and a left on this. This like that. There we go. Oh, it goes in behind. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that's going to be really tough to put together, but we will manage. We'll manage. When you don't have a paper clip, you can take the insulation off of solid copper wire. Heat bend it. Heat bend it. Solid copper wire. Jeez. I bet there's some solid copper wire in the house somewhere. Matter of fact, I think there's a piece running right up along the roof here. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't know why all the electricity in the house is out, but I got my piece of wire. Let me see if I can get this to fit. For some reason, I have a couple supports in here that didn't get removed, which is not a big deal because they'll just pop right out. Stupid paper clip is going to stall my assembly a little bit. That's okay. We're making not bad progress compared to last week. There we go. Supports removed. I can always move on to the body now too, but we're just going to remove a couple supports here. Yeah, so if you're building this, make sure you have some paper clips. I have a lot of paper clips at the office, of course, with the business, but you'd think I'd have some paper clips at home too, but no such luck. Any chance you have paper clips on that wall print to your left? To my left on the wall print, paper clips. I'll go look. I'm just trying to get a little bit more of the support material out of this piece. There we go. I got it. I'm trying not to do what I've done so many times over the last week or so, is when I'm using this really sharp Olfa knife to remove my supports, and I actually have my other hand in a really bad position and the knife slips and I draw blood. I've done that a few times, but I hate to say this, but you get used to cutting yourself. There we go. Let me just see over here on this wall. You never know what you'll find though. If you look. No, I don't think there's anything in there. Well, that's okay. If I work really hard at this, this might just work. If I just give this one a little bit more shot, one more shot here, bend that up that way. Okay. I'm just not 100% sure of the length that I'm going to need for this. And bend that up that way. This might just work actually. If I... Okay, and then we need a little loop on this end. So we'll loop this around. And break it. Yeah, I actually broke it. Okay, that's brittle. Yeah, that might not work. Okay, that's going to be too much effort for what the result is going to be. So, okay. Meantime, I do need to cut the ends off these servo wires. Okay, because they do got to feed up through the holes in these pieces. And so what's going to happen here, let's just get an idea of what this is going to look like. So basically the eyes are going to go together. We have the servo wires. They're going to feed through these holes here, like so. You can't rush progress anyway, so what the heck. And that's going to go in like so. This servo wire is going to go through this one. Like so. These go together like that, and then this piece comes down like this, and then we have a axle. It's going to run right up through like so. And that is going to be the eyes, how they work. And I'm going to actually have to do one of these plugs on the end of the axle as well to hold that axle in like I did the other parts. Hey, Brian BV3D, how are you, sir? I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. So yeah, that's going to be like that. But again, and of course I can see how those the paper clips attaching to the servo, so that when one paper clip moves, it kind of moves the eyes in unison, so they stay. It's going to help it so that the eyes stay. What's the word I'm looking for? They say symmetrical when they move, so it's not just going to be one, or will one eye. You should just be able to move one eye too. Anyways, we do need to connect that with paper clips, which is going to be a son of a gun to get connected and then put these in and all together, because this has to go in. So we have to pull the axle out. These pieces have to screw in order for this piece to go on here, but yet we have to have the connectors from here into the servo. So we're going to have to connect the paper clips on the servos, bring this piece in, and then connect. So I definitely can't use those that really tight things. We definitely need paper clips because they're more pliable. Or pliable, is that the word I'm looking for? So, did you hear that the scientist removed his doorbell? I can't wait to hear the punchline. Clippy to the rescue. It looks like you're building a Wall-E. Would you like me to help? Brian, that's funny. Of all the things I have in my studio, do you think I have something as simple as a paper clip? No. I know where I can get thousands of paper clips, but I got to drive to my office. Okay, anyways, we got the eyes built with the servos in them. That's a start. Doesn't mean we're stuck. We're doing our Polymaker draw pretty soon, so stick around if you want to win some Polymaker filament. Let's go ahead and see once we get the eyes done. So that's pretty much what we just showed you. So it shows the paper clips being on the middle arm first, but I can't see that because now you've got to then basically get in that little gap there and attach that paper clip to that little servo hook. I think I'm better off doing it the other way around. See, like that. Now you have to attach that clip to the servo hook, and that's not going to be easy to do. And then that would be your finished eyes. So now we can look at the neck assembly, and this is where we needed some servos as well. So this is the assembly that we're going to do right now. So we're going to need some M3 bolts, M3 nuts, sorry, to go in there. We're going to have a servo go in here, and the servo's got the full length thingamadoober, whatever you call it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to that point right now. So we have our neck pieces. They are right here. Whoops. We have another servo right here. Hey, Mike, never let the machines win. Thank you very much. He's going for the Nobel Prize. That's good. That is good. I have to remember that. Okay, let me grab my box of hardware here. There we go. Nobel Prize. And open my servo parts. There we go. Okay. So let's switch you guys to this camera. There we go. So it looks like we want this piece first. We want to grab some M3 nuts. One nut. And we use silver nuts today. We used black nuts last week. Come on, nuts. That's a lock nut. Or that's a nylock. There we go. There's a second one. So these guys, I think this model was designed for people with puny hands. Okay. So, whoa. There it is. Dropped it, but I found it. Ouch. Whew. I really need to wear my hard hat again. So, oh man. Let's try this method. Let's try this method. There we go. Big hands and small parts can sometimes be a hindrance. But if you have the right tool, it can actually help. Like so. Just dropped it. Oh, there it is. How many times is Tim going to drop his nuts? They are, Brian. Hexagonal things with the holes in the middle. Whoever designed them was nuts. Come on. Come on already. There we go. Stay. There we go. Good. Get in there. Rule of thumb, never try to push a nut in with a magnetic tipped tweezer. Okay, so we got the nut in, and then it suggested that I put the servo in. So, and it went in. I just want to see which way that servo inserted with the motor, with the gears to the left or the right. Looks like to the right side. Okay, to the right. So like this. Okay, and then we need our little screwdriver here. Did I put it away? Why did I put it away? I knew I had another servo to put in. Okay. Okay, and we need these pointy ones. Oh, that was easy. Sound like a Staples commercial. Okay, and then we got to put this other one in. So yeah, we are using the MG90S servos. I'm going to have to buy a few more of these. I have 150 of the other kind of servos, but these are cheap. You can buy them by the dozen on Amazon. Okay, servos in. Make sure those nuts stay in place, which they are. Okay, let's roll this a little bit further. We have that middle piece, and then we have that locking bolt thing. Okay, so that's this guy right here. And I believe that definitely is not that one. This looks too long. Oh, I think it's this one right here. No. No. This one? Why do none of these fit? Did I not print? Yeah, I printed everything. My goodness. I printed hundreds. There we are. Here it is. I found it. That piece right there. Ah. Okay. So that's the piece that goes in there. And the drawing you can see right there is where we're at. And if I roll this a little further, we're going to bring this other half up. We're going to come down and we're going to secure it with the two M3 by 10 millimeter bolts. Okay, fair enough. But we have to ensure, okay, but they're not telling me where the servo wires are coming out, so that's something I'm going to have to figure out. There's the slot for the servo wire right there. Okay. So let's just make sure that these bolts are in place, these nuts are in place. They're not very snug in there, so I'm going to have to be very, very gentle with this. Now I need some M3 by 10s. M3 by 10s. Two of these, okay. Okay, now the servo wire is the key here. It has to go in this one piece. There's a little groove right there, which I'm going to guess is where the servo wire escapes. Okay. That sounded good. Okay. Let me line up this nut again. Okay. And let's get this M3 secured in here. Whoops. SG90 servos. MG90S. If you drop them, don't drag your nuts. Okay, and then this one, let's make sure this nut is aligned. There we go. Oops, you sneaky little bugger. If I hold that up this way, that should keep that nut in place. Yes, GM, yes, G, they can make me a bit screwy all the time. 5 minutes or so, we'll do our draw. And there we go. There's the part of the neck assembly. Ah, and there's where the little thing is going to go on. Why does it sound like I still have something rattling around in there? Sounds like I got a screw loose, but everything is where it should be. Let's roll the video forward a little bit more. So we got another servo going in up there. Okay. So we have another servo going in the top here, which is right here. And looks like the servo wire can come out here. Right there. Now, do I have any spare servo screws? I should, because I ran out of those servos. Those are going to be a bit long. Let's see what else I got over here. Why couldn't it have used these little servos here? FS90s. Doesn't mean I can't steal some parts from one of these. Would that fit? I'm just curious. This might be a bit small. Oh no, they're not quite. Yeah, no. They wouldn't quite work. It's okay. But I am going to borrow some of your parts. Meanwhile, I will order some. I will order some of the MG90Ss from Amazon this week and get them by the dozen. So this goes back in this way and in like this. And let's put this back here. And I just need a couple screws from this one. Come on. These should work just as good. There it is, little screwdriver. 641. Oh, we got to do the draw here shortly. Stick around. Stay tuned. As soon as I get this servo in place, we'll do the draw. Maybe. No, we're going to get two other pieces in place. I lied. And one more screw. Yeah, do it 3D lies. What can I say? You guys see my hot end model here? Kind of cool. Okay. The servo's there. We have wires coming out. Now, if we look here real quick, it looks like we're going to take that piece and that little corner piece thing, doomer thingy. We're going to bring these two things together like that. And we're going to glue all that together like so. So that is this piece, and where did you go? I'm missing the other half of this. I know it's here. I inventoried my pieces 50 times over. It might have fallen off the end. I know it's here. There it is. It was just hiding. It was just hiding. Okay, so we need this black T servo, or the I, or I call it the full wing servo piece right here. This guy here, the full wing piece. So it looks like that. Let me just back this video up a hair. So that just sat on this. Well, yeah. That just sat on this like this. And then this came along. Along came a song. Like a song came along. This came along and went like that. And like that. Glued together to give us a piece like this. That is complicated. We are going to continue. Whew, we are going to continue. We are running short on time. So let's do some giveaways. Let's do some giveaways. We're going to do our regular Polymaker spool giveaway. And thanks to 3D&T Printing, we are going to give away a second spool of Polymaker filament tonight. I need a bigger table. Yeah, no kidding, right, James? That's all right. It's all right. This is fun. This brings me back to the model days, the other models that we built, where I had an even smaller table for the other droids. So somewhere here I have a pen. Today is October 21st. 21st or 22nd today? 20th. Oh man, October 20th. Our 20th. Rules are, if you've won within the last 6 weeks, you are not eligible. But chances are, you're getting full too, Da Vinci. Yeah, it happens, right? You get a full table. I've got 3 printers on the other bench here. I got another bench here with 3 printers on it. So we'll get organized. Once I get the paper clips, I promise I will check and see if there's anything else that's going to come up and surprise me and say, surprise, you need this. And I don't have it. I'll try and make sure I have it. So, okay, let's get the draw page ready. Let's give away some filament. Let's have some fun. And let's find it here. Okay, and we're going to open it. And you guys know the drill. Don't put anything in yet. Wait till I actually open the giveaway, because it may not take your entry. There we go. And there we are. Okay, hashtag Polymaker in the chat for your chance to win a roll of Polymaker filament. And we are giving away 2 tonight, folks, 2. So go ahead and enter. If you've won within the last 6 weeks, you won't be eligible. You can go ahead and enter again, see if you're lucky, if your name happens to come up again, and see how lucky you are. You might want to go and buy a lottery ticket. I want to thank Polymaker for partnering with my channel to make these giveaways possible. Appreciate that, Polymaker. Thank you very much. We have 31 people watching, and we're halfway through the entries. 15 people entered. We're going to give it another 4 minutes for the entries. In the meantime, while you guys are doing the entries, I'm going to glue this part together. I'm going to attempt to glue this part together while you guys are doing the entries. Hashtag Polymaker in the chat. I will actually get another camera on me here, gluing these, which will leave the Polymaker one open. If I do that, look at that. Look at that. And then you guys can watch me glue my fingers together as I do this. I think the best bet for this is going to be gloop. So if I pull that piece off gently, let's gloop this. Polymaker rocks. It sure does, G. It sure does. You know, the more... Oh, and the other thing is, and it came up last week, and it's a true thing. It's actually true, and very true. If you actually like the stream and subscribe to the channel, your chances of winning are increased major. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Do your thing, gloop. Do your thing. There we are. The pieces glooped together. This piece, I believe, is supposed to turn on its own, of course. And we have these glooped, and I can tell you right now where that's going to go. Where did I see a thing for that? That is going to go in there somewhere. Oh, it's coming together. It's coming together. Gloop, gloop. Oh, that piece not quite. Got to give a little more gloop in here. There we go. And a little more in there. There we go. Okay, keep entering. How many entries do we have so far? 20 people entered. Awesome. 20 people entered, 33 people watching. If you're just here, hashtag Polymaker. Well, hopefully you're not just coming in just to win the prize. Come on. I mean, you gotta at least, acknowledge the fact that, hey, DeWitt 3D rocks and we're gonna support them, blah, blah, blah. But if you're here and you've subscribed to the channel and you've liked the video, go ahead and enter. Yes, and I haven't seen if anybody, Steve L3D, I don't think you're on tonight, but I got to catch up to you because you have not emailed me your information from last Monday's Thanksgiving Day stream. You did win, but you haven't. You've been here the whole time, Tor. I know, Tor. You're awesome. You're here the whole time. A lot of people are here in the background, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Okay. Another 2 minutes or 1 minute, and we're going to do the draw. Promises. You make me promises. I just broke another part. It's a good thing it was a spare part I just broke. Okay, folks, we are getting close to do draw time. 20 entries, 34 people watching. Anybody else want to enter? Last chance. Last chance, folks. Okay, again, if you've won within the last 6 weeks, please bow out if your name is drawn. If you haven't won in the last 6 weeks, good luck to everybody. So we're going to do the first draw right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Who's the first winner going to be? Tor is the winner. Tor. Speak up, Tor. You called it, didn't you? What? No way, he says. Of course. Okay, hey, it's Tor. You the winner. Okay, hey, it's Tor. Congratulations. For anybody that's going to win, anybody who wins, I'm going to post my email in the chat right now. It's dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. Go ahead and email me, and I shall send you a link and a code to tomorrow. I will send them out to you, and you can claim your prize. Congratulations, Tor. You did call it somehow. Who wants to call the next one? So we're going to do another draw. Tor will be eliminated from this draw. We still have 20 entries. Actually, there's going to be 19 entries now. But anybody ready for the next one? Anybody want to call the next winner? We're going to draw the next winner in 5. And this next winner is courtesy of 3D&T Printing for donating their prize from a couple weeks ago. Brent Ferguson, I call it as not me. Oh, man. You call 8-ball corner pocket. Yep. Not me neither. Oh, you guys are doing reverse psychology. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. And the second winner of a spool of Polymaker filament is Skyrim. Skyrim, are you in chat, Skyrim? Congratulations. Speak up or forever hold your peace. Skyrim said, yep. Oh, Skyrim did say, yep. Skyrim called it. Oh, my goodness. See, all you got to do is be positive and call this. Skyrim, say something. Or did you faint? You are here. Congratulations to Skyrim and Tor. Again, email me at dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. I'm going to put that in here one more time. Oh, can I spell Canada right? Oops, I can't spell Gmail. There we go. Go ahead and email me at that address. I will send you, I need your email address is all I need, and I will send you a link and a code to claim your Polymaker filament. Congratulations to Tor and Skyrim. Awesome. It's fun giving away stuff. Rigged. I don't know if it's rigged. You know what you got to do? Questionable choices. Next week, you got to say me and see. We'll see. Super rigged. Huh. Well, I could spin it again. If somebody wants to say it'll be me, I'll spin it one more time, but it won't count. Just to see if your name comes up. I haven't erased the list yet. But I don't know that it's rigged. I don't know where I put my screwdriver. There it is. Hey, Skyrim, you're welcome. And Tor, thank you both for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all my subscribers, all my viewers, and everybody that keeps me company during these streams. It's awesome. Big Bad and Joe, it won't be me. James L says me and Cliff. So let's just for fun. This doesn't count, okay? This doesn't count. We're just going to do it again to see if one of those two names comes up who said me. So it was Cliff D or James L. This does not count for anything. This is just more for fun. Cliff D or James L. Let's see. And if that's the case, then I'll say, yeah, maybe it is rigged, but nope. See, it didn't matter. There we go. So it's not rigged. It is not rigged. Bye-bye. You missed getting in. Oh, sorry, David. You just got here. GAMND. GMND. Oh, thank you so much, GMND. I appreciate that so much. That super chat. Thank you. Here we go. You get one of
super chat.
Thank you so much. And your name would have come up next if we were doing a third draw. But that right there just proves that it is not necessarily rigged. Okay. We can't claim that it's rigged. Everybody likes the soup. I got to get my soup bowl back and start having a bowl of soup in the stream now too. Only 22 likes is too less. Yeah, 22 likes with 35 people watching. Well, the people that haven't hit like button on the stream, they probably did not win the filament. So, you know, what can I say? I had pulled out some motors. I can't wait to get to the motors. I've got two different kinds of motors. When we did, I have a death racer from the very, very early stages. I started to build a death racer with the group, and I bought these motors, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of these motors that I bought for the death racer, and these are bigger than your average motor. And I don't know if these are going to fit in this build, or if I'm going to have to use this smaller motor, which is a 20.4 to 1 metal, 25 diameter, 50 length, 12 volt motor. This is a smaller motor, so I got to wait till we get to that stage and see. But if I can use these bigger motors, that would be great. I bought a whole case of them just because it was cheaper for shipping that way too. So, and I think I sold them out of those motors at the time. So, smash the like button, people. Yes. So we are at 6:57. We're close to closing time. We did get this one little piece built. I don't know where that was going to go next. Let's just have a quick peek just to see, just in case we can just finish this last little bit. So I glued these pieces together using 3D glue. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to pop on top of that. And then I'm going to screw that little thing onto the top of the servo. Oh, glue that together. Really? Okay. So we have to glue that together. So they're saying, basically what they're saying is to take this and put this on top of this. But I got to get that servo clip thing on like that. Oh, I see. And then this we just go over to this one, servo is going to turn the head. That's going to be turning the head or the eyes. But why would I need, I don't think I need to glue that together if I take this little screw, bear with me, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes in a second, so just chill out. Smash the like button while you're waiting. We're going to take this little screw, and we're going to screw this down into the servo with that little servo wing there. And I'm pretty sure I don't need to glue that on now. Although maybe I will. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to need to glue that on at all. That's going to be the head turning the neck. This is very loosey-goosey in here. Again, it's a whole tolerance thing in there. So the trick I learned for something like this, if I want to tighten that up, is if you use clear nail polish, I'd have to pop that apart, or even maybe just drip some clear nail polish into there, and it kind of toughens the plastic up a little bit, because obviously this is going to be the head. This is going to join down somewhere onto the body. And if you want the head to be up or down at a certain angle, it's not going to stick because it's so loose in here. But and there's still something rattling in there. I've got a screw loose, I think. Yeah, but if I glue this down, that's okay. This whole thing turns with this other piece glued. But I don't see a need to glue that down now that I've screwed that, screwed the wing, or screwed this, the wing part, I call it, onto the servo, because that kind of holds it right and holds everything right in place. So, and then you can see that once the eyeballs are built, where's that piece? Right here. This is the piece for the top of the eyes, and you can see that piece there. It's obvious that that piece is going to go in on this piece like this, because you've got where they're going to connect here, just like that, and then that's sort of how the head is going to connect to the neck. So that's kind of cool how that's all coming together. But I just don't like how loose that is right there. Like, that just seems to me that it should have been designed so that you have click, 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 click positions for the head. So I don't know. We'll have to figure something out maybe to fix that. It just seems like the tolerances are way too loose in all of this stuff. So, anyways, we made some progress. So for next week, we got to get some paper clips. We'll bring some paper clips home for sure. I will bring a box of paper clips home, and I'm going to post on Printables. I will post that little pin that I made for the tracks for anybody that's following along and wants to anybody wants to add these little pins to their tracks so their tracks don't fall apart. Okay, I will post a link to these little pins. They're tiny. You can get like 100 on a bed. They take like 15-20 minutes to print, or maybe a half hour or whatever, but it helps you keep your tracks all together in one piece so they don't fall apart. We'll continue the build next week. I'm going to order some of these MG90. Hope I remember what they were now. I just covered them all up. I'm going to order some of these servos, and I'll order a dozen of them from Amazon, so we have enough of those to finish the build, because I think we need like 4 more, and that'll be it. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and I want to thank Richard McLean. Thank you so much, Richard McLean and GMND, for the $10 super chats. Much appreciated, you guys. It's those little donations that help me keep going on the channel, because my channel doesn't make a ton of money, honestly, through my YouTube and AdSense and all that. You know, maybe I may make on YouTube maybe $100 every 6 months or something like that, but I don't do it for the money. I do it for you guys. I do it for the fun, and I do it for the education. So yeah, definitely helps when you guys throw those little donations out. I appreciate it very much. So all coating of clear nail polish will help tighten the joints. Yes, yeah, and I have clear nail polish. Not that I use clear nail polish, but I have some from when I built some other stuff. So the designer calls out for Tower Pro MG90S servos. tower. Yeah, MG90S. I'm going to write that down really quick. MG90S. And I think that's the brand that they have on Amazon. And I think that's the brand I've been using here as the tower as well. We'll find out. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here. Everybody that's popped in and all the likes. And again, the super chats. Thank you so much. We will see you guys all next week. Have a wonderful week. Stay healthy, stay safe, and bye for now. Take care.